Hello, Scorpio. Welcome back to Unicorn Funland. I am and I go by the name of MikaelaAndromeda. I'm an interpreter of energies, and if these messages resonate with you, you can like, share, and subscribe to my channel. If you'd like to book a personal reading, you can email me at highpriestessmikaela@gmail.com. Just be aware that I go strictly by the energy. So send me your inquiries to see if we're an energetic match for you to get a reading from me. You can follow me on Instagram. My handle is Pinkie Pie Sugar Pop. Come join the Totally Humble Initiate Saints. You can find all this information right down below in the description. Let's get into it for the month of August 2019. Hey, Scorpio. When I was shuffling for you earlier, a couple things happened. I got really happy, like significantly, just because of shuffling just because of shuffling for you and feeling your energy. It's feeling like August is really looking up for you. I had the Justice card come out. It like she like fell out. Like she was just like she fell out. I was like, that's awesome. So justice being served this month. I also saw the Ace of Cups. Ace of Cups was a glaring card that was sitting at the bottom of the deck when I was shuffling at one point. Okay. So what's going on for Scorpio? Okay. Here we go. Okay. Are you ready for this? All right. We've got Three of Swords. Okay. So I'm feeling like this is a bit of a warning. Okay. And warnings for me, warnings come through when the universe is trying to show you something that is necessary to change, or something within your journey or your path that needs to change. I mean, all of these symbols, help you to change, but the Three of Swords coming out in the beginning of your reading, that's saying, hey, look out for this next month. Look out for feelings of isolation. Look out for feelings of grief. Look out for feelings of sorrow. Look out for feelings of feeling like you're not enough. Okay. It's feeling like that is irrelevant. It's feeling like those feelings are irrelevant, Scorpio. You know who you are. You're very compassionate, and you're compassionate. Like, I would say Scorpio is one of the most compassionate signs, in my opinion. Like, honestly compassionate, like sometimes even over compassionate, because you guys care so much and you guys give so much. Okay. I've been feeling boundaries, and like even seeing cards come out for all the signs about setting strong boundaries this month. This is going to be a lesson for you this month as well. This is your boundary card. Okay. I'm hearing don't let your heart be deceived by certain conversations. Don't let your heart be deceived by false information. Because it's feeling like some of you, if you do take in this false information, of course it's not going to feel good, and it's going to cause this sense of grief and sorrow. It's going to cause all of this possible heartbreak and heartache, and possibly cause you to want to isolate. So there's your warning. Let's see what else is coming out. Let's see what else Spirit has for you this month for August 2019. Okay. And I like that it came out like that. I like that it comes out like that, because it's not saying bad stuff is going to happen. Something bad might happen, but when it does happen, since you're seeing this reading, you'll be able to recognize it, and you'll be able to like nip it in the bud. For some reason, I'm seeing that first half of August, and that's the post shadow phase of the Mercury retrograde. before we completely go direct. I mean, it is direct, but it's the post shadow phase direct. So there's still a little bit of muck. Maybe there's still some shadows that you'll have to deal with, lessons coming back that you'll need to either learn or relearn, or like remember. I'm hearing reconcile also. Okay, so uh that it's looking like, whew, wow, interesting. This energy in particular, you guys keep needing to see this for some reason. This energy in particular is feeling like it's going to roll over into September. This energy of, I need to learn how to balance myself so that when these negative things show up in my awareness, I don't take them to heart. That's going to roll over into September. So now that you know, whatever hard, negative, possibly negative thing happens in the beginning of the month, now that you know that there's something that's going to happen, you can recognize it and flip it around, okay? Trying something new. I'm hearing specifically working hard in a new direction. I am being drawn to these symbols. Now, I don't know what they mean. I don't know if they're like alchemical symbols or what. See if I could get that clear for you. It really doesn't matter which one I show you, but I hope it gets clear. There it is. You see all those symbols around that pentacle? Okay. Um, I'm hearing specifically there. Oh, there's some cryptic messages coming through. This month, the new direction that you should take is not going to be very clear, but there is a new direction that you need to take. There's a new approach you need to be taking to your work and to your career. Interesting. I think this is the third time this has come out for a sign. I'm trying to remember. I feel like Sagittarius got this card. I feel like possibly Aquarius got this card as well. Okay, so whatever new thing, there's a lot of symbology happening this month, especially for you, and I'm getting that from these two cards. Okay, so whatever new direction you're feeling drawn to take, spirit is reminding you that everything is not set in stone. Okay, so this has a lot to do with your work, a lot to do with your work and your career. Everything is not set in stone. The cycles are going to keep moving, and as long as you stay in your center, then whatever new approach you take to whatever work you're doing, as long as you stay in your center, the new approach that you take is it's feeling like it's going to yield some sense of power. I'm hearing, like, I specifically saw power and wealth. So this is looking like a direction that you've never taken before, a direction that you may have been like, I never do that. Okay, but it's feeling like it's time to brush up on your on the on new codes. I'm hearing on like the new generation, like brushing up on pop culture, brushing up on new systems, new computer systems, new software. Somebody needs to update their Microsoft Windows suite or something like that. Specifically, I don't know why that came up, but specifically somebody needs to upgrade. Okay. And that's another cycle. I keep being drawn to the cycles. Upgrading your systems, that's another cycle, because you can upgrade to the newest thing now, but in a few years you're going to have to upgrade again. So spirit is trying to get you moving a little bit more, Scorpio. And yeah, there's plenty of you who are out there moving. You're doing your thing. You're working. You're putting the pedal to the metal. But there's a new cycle that needs to happen. There's a new cycle that you need to recognize in your life, in particular in your work and career. And also, I'm also feeling in your creativity. however it is that you're creative. You can be creative in so many different ways, but however it is that you're creative, take a new approach to that. There's a shift happening this month somehow. There's always shifts happening. If you saw me every day, if you got a reading from me every day, I would probably say there's a shift happening in your life every day. This is a general reading, so you would have to like get a personal reading from me or whoever to see what exactly that shift is happening in your life. But for everybody this month, there's a very specific shift happening. So much that I am like compelled to say it in pretty much every reading. And a lot of it has to do with these cycles. And it has to do for you in particular, Scorpio, it has to do with you changing your cycles and recognizing new cycles around you, recognizing that the world is moving. The world is moving around you, and you're being encouraged to keep up. I'm hearing specifically keeping up with the Joneses, keeping up with the Kardashians, not necessarily those people, or not necessarily being what those people and what those ideas exude, but keeping up with the times and trying something new so that you don't get left behind, and so that you don't feel like, oh, I'm not doing enough. It's looking like you are doing enough. You just need to take a new approach. Look, beautiful, 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 beautiful. You got a synchronicity there, okay? And your wheel is smack dab in the middle of your reading. You could call it middle of the month. These readings are timeless, so it really doesn't matter. You could call it in the middle of the month. You could call it the high point of this month for you. The high point of this month could come at the beginning or the end or in the last 2 weeks, whatever. It could come at any time. But this momentum is starting to gain. It's starting to grow. And it's looking like, wow. This is how it landed here, going straight towards the cycles. So it's feeling like once you start to recognize the world around you a little bit more, Scorpio, is kind of feeling like you've been in a bit of a bubble in your own world. It's not feeling like it's a negative bubble, but it's just like, okay, this is me. This is what I'm doing. I'm here, and blah, 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 and me. This is my world. And it's almost as if the world is passing you by. That she woke in the morning, she knew that her life had passed her by. That she called out a warning, don't ever let life pass you by. Something like that. I think that's Incubus, and that's called Warning. But that is like what is kind of happening. Like the world is kind of passing you by. I'm not saying that you're just under a rock and you're just not gonna move. There are just things happening around you that you need to keep up with. If you want to, I'm hearing specifically, if you want to stay relevant, and if you want to continue to grow in your field, or if you want to continue to climb that ladder and get promotions and stuff like that, you have to recognize that things are changing. You have to recognize your cycles. Now, the momentum in your life this month is starting to gain, but it will gain this. Wow, I keep repeating myself. The momentum is going to gain towards the cycles that are happening in your life, towards the changes that you're making in your life. So if you decide, well, I get it, Mikaela, but this is how I am, and this is how I've always been, so I'm just going to stay here, then that's okay. And you will just stay right there as you're seeing your other friends, keeping up with the times, or you're seeing your other friends like integrating new stuff into their life, and you're not really getting anywhere. Okay. But if you do finally choose to step out a little bit and do something new and keep up with the times a little bit, I'm not saying go and be like everybody else, but incorporate some new stuff in your material, or incorporate some new ideas into the work that you do. That's how the momentum will gain. And that's how you will gain your power. I'm hearing specifically. Okay. I'm hearing that's how you'll gain your power and your wealth. by keeping up with the times this month. Do a revamp of your life this month. And yeah, the retrograde will be over by the 1st of August, but when we go into that post shadow phase, that's when it's like, okay, I've learned all of these lessons over this past month. Now I can incorporate these lessons into my life. And that's what will happen the first half of the month. That's why for some of you, it might be like, oh, why is this happening to me? That is the world passing you by because you haven't been doing new stuff. Okay. Big warning. Don't ever let life pass you by. Don't let life pass you by, Scorpio, just because you want to just be and your own and do it your own way. Okay. Like that's that's very, for some reason I'm hearing like that's very Cancer like. That's like very Cancerian energy. I'm not saying that that's bad, but like that's very Cancer energy. Like set in my ways, and I'm not gonna move, not gonna budge unless I like really have to, unless I literally am busting out of this shell. Okay, so whoever needs to like connect with a Cancer, or if you have Cancer in your chart or something like that, however that resonates with you, take it how it resonates. But you're being encouraged this month. At the beginning of the month, you're being encouraged to jumpstart your life and make a big change. Look, okay. So, Six of Wands, that's success. Coming back from war, somebody else got success. Oh my goodness. There's actually, I think there's a couple signs that got success. I don't remember. But definitely coming back from war. So when you make these changes, when you start when you start implementing new stuff into whatever it is that you're working on, or whatever job you have, that's where you're going to gain success. That's where you're going to I'm hearing like that's where you're going to come home and like brush your shoulders off. Aquarius got this card. I remember Aquarius got this card because somebody was having a party for Aquarius. Anyway, connect with your Aquarius if you need to. But like, yeah, so you making these changes in your life, you implementing new stuff into your life, you finally buckling down and saying, you know what, I can conform a little tiny bit. I feel like you got a message like this a couple months ago, but you implementing that new stuff into your life, that's what I was saying. That's gonna get you brushing your shoulders off, and people are gonna be like, Scorpio, like, okay, like I knew you had it in you, like I knew you was talented, but this right here, like this is what's gonna sell. This is what people want to hear. This is what people want to see. And it looks like you're still being true to yourself, Scorpio. It doesn't look like you're selling out. Okay. These are the same card. Eight of Wands, Eight of Fire, exact same card. Some of you literally going to be traveling. And that's the new thing that you're going to be doing. That's the new approach that you're going to take. 888. Okay. Some of you are literally going to be traveling. Some of you are traveling back to a place that you've been before. Some of y'all are going home. Some of you, I'm seeing specifically, some of you guys are going overseas. Some of you guys, specifically mountains, because there's mountains in these cards. Okay. But you guys are, you're coming back around. Okay. You're coming back around. And gosh, I keep hearing these 90s songs. Okay, I'm hearing that no time to search the world around, because you know where I'll be found when I come around. So like everybody knows where to find you. Everybody who knows you, they know that you will always be you, even if you do go somewhere else. Okay. Even if you do come back home, I'm always going to be me. Don't think that you're selling out, Scorpio. Okay. Nothingness. Be right where you are amidst all of the commotion that's happening this month. There's a lot of commotion, and I'm saying commotion, not chaos. It's not feeling like there's too much negativity that'll happen if you nip it in the bud in the beginning of the month. It's not too much negativity that's going to be happening. There's a lot of commotion though, a lot of like movement, a lot of movement. You got two eight of fire, two eight of wands, two of them. So that's guaranteed movement. And on top of that, you got this six of wands. So that's a passionate movement. All three of these cards, okay? So in the midst of all of it, be right where you are. You will benefit from doing a lot of meditation this week. That is weird. This card was like, I don't know if it's because like I blew on it, but it was like waving. And now Spirit's like, okay. So all of this movement, just to pick up where I left off, all of this movement and you being center and present in your movement is going to bring you your happiness. Okay, it's going to bring you whatever joy that you've been looking for. I'm seeing that this is a very subtle joy for you. Don't expect the whole big, huge whatever. But uh I'm feeling like you're like joy in meditating. Like I'm seeing a Scorpio who's meditating and like reaching some kind of peak, reaching some sort of enlightenment. Somebody else got an enlightenment message. I don't remember who, but reaching some sort of enlightenment this month. Okay. While you're staying centered. There we go. Celebration. Okay. Um, Scorpio, you've been needing to celebrate. Some of you have been looking for a reason to celebrate. Some of you just been celebrating just cuz it's Tuesday, some of you. But there's a lot of you out here who are looking for a party, looking outside of yourself for a party. The party is within you, is what I'm hearing. This month here in August, the party is within you. You should be celebrating every single moment of your life. Especially with all of this momentum gaining. And it's not even like you should be celebrating. Some of you should be celebrating, but it's feeling like the majority of you are going to get a reason to celebrate if you do your work and you stay present and you don't get caught up in your feelings. Scorpio, y'all, I feel like Scorpio, y'all are the hardest water sign. Y'all are the hardest water sign. Like I've met people who are Scorpios and never would have known they were Scorpio because they're so tough. Like y'all are the hardest water signs, but y'all can get caught up in your feelings. And when you get caught up in your feelings, like it comes out like this. But you're being encouraged to not get caught up in that in the beginning of the month. Remember, don't get caught up in your feelings, and then all of this momentum is going to start gaining. I'm seeing like sprinkles for you, like sparkles. Like your net is not broken, but it has these really big holes in it, and there's like these little gifts dropping out every time you resolve some karma, um every time you like resolve this kind of stuff, every time you come out of your shell a little bit, every time you dampen those negative thoughts and negative activities, then little blessings come little by little. Okay. Let's see what kind of advice the angels have for Scorpio in August 2019. Spirit, what will you have the Scorpio collective know? This one. Hello from heaven. Excuse me. Archangel Azrael, your loved ones in heaven are doing fine. Let go of worries and feel their loving blessings. Okay. You're being guided, and here's where this landed. This landed right here on success and the Ten of Cups. Okay, so happy family, happy love life, fulfilled emotions and success. So your ancestors specifically are guiding you towards this success. Your family, your love is guiding you towards success. You're being asked specifically, you're being asked to call on your ancestors. If you don't know who your ancestors are, look for them. Like, look them up. If you're like adopted or something and you don't really know your ancestors, that's okay. Like, you can access the ancestors of your adoptive parents. Like, those people are looking out for you. Those bloodlines are looking out for you. And even if it's not actual ancestors that you're resonating with, call on your higher guidance. Okay. Feel the loving guidance of your angels, of your guides, of, if you're an atheist, of yourself. Okay. Because I think that's what atheism is. They don't believe in God. They don't believe in a higher power, but it's just like, we're people and this is what we believe in. Like, so feel your own loving blessings. Take stock of what you have created in your life, and like, feel proud about that. Because for I feel like for an atheist, this is heaven. Your environment is heaven. You are heaven. Since in that paradigm there's no God, you are God. But and maybe, I don't know, wait, is that not like, because atheism is like not God at all, like no God. So, but anyway, if you are an atheist, just take stock of everything that you've done for yourself and everywhere that you've come from and through. How can the Scorpio work their light this month, Spirit? How can the Scorpio work their light in August 2019? August 2019, Spirit. How can Scorpio, this is too many cards. Okay, that was interesting. It's usually not too many cards, but it was like, oh, not this one. Okay, let's see. How can the Scorpio work their light here in August? Let's see. Oh, wow. Okay. Just say yes. Just say yes. I'm hearing specifically say yes to the dress. I don't know why, but say yes to yourself. Say yes to self-love. Say yes to your heart. I'm hearing put yourself first. Put your ideas first. Especially with this whole don't let the world pass you by. Nobody is asking you to change who you are, Scorpio. You always be you. Say yes to you first, but say yes to learning something new, and say yes to growing. Say yes to connecting with your environment a little bit more, connecting to your world even more, connecting to the world. Say yes to that. Say yes to trying something new. Okay. Say yes to emotional success, to emotional fulfillment. Okay. This is looking really good, Scorpio. You started with the 3 and you ended with the 3. Okay. So you're sandwiched between creativity. You're sandwiched between creation. And I always look at the 3 of Swords as a very emotional card. It is a mental card, but I look at it as an emotional card, not just because of the heart, but because of the energy that it brings, the whole like grief and sorrow, and like feeling grief and sorrow is getting caught up in your emotions, feeling like you want to isolate and you just don't want to be a part of the world. That's getting caught up in your feelings. So you start the month with that lesson, and that lesson, it's feeling like this lesson is going to come in fast. And those of you who see this message, or any other tarot readers who have this message, you're going to be like, oh, wait, nope, because I have blessings coming this month. I'm not going to get caught up in that. I'm not going to be depressed. I'm going to get my ass out of bed and I'm going to go out there and I'm going to try something new. Okay. And that will bring that celebration. All right. Cool, Scorpio. That's all I have for you today. All right. I hope you guys like this reading. If you do, if the messages resonate with you, go ahead, like, share, and subscribe to the channel. If you want to book a personal reading, highpriestessmikaela@gmail.com. I go strictly by the energy, so let me know your inquiries to see if we're an energetic match for a reading. Follow me on Instagram. My handle is Pinkie Pie Sugar Pop. I'm joining the Totally Humble Initiate Saints. You can find this information right down below in the description, y'all. Scorpio, y'all have a wonderful, amazing week. My mailman is outside. I'm about to go get my mail. Y'all have an amazing week, an amazing month. Thank you tuning in. Thank you for being here with me. Thank you guys. Thank you so much for liking, sharing, and subscribing. And I hope you guys have a beautiful moment. And I'll see you soon. Bye.